Hey guys, McKay here with CleanTech Daily Technology Reviews, and today's episode is brought to you by CleanOtter, but more on them later. Today we're going to be talking about one of the craziest metaverse stories that I have heard to date. We're talking a little bit about what the metaverse specifically is, as well as the crazy story that happened this past week. So let's go ahead and listen to a brief segment of this video that kind of explains what the metaverse is and has a couple of interesting tidbits. So let's go ahead and listen.
Don't know what the metaverse is? That's okay. I'm not sure anyone really does. But Meta, formerly known as Facebook, Microsoft, and more, are defining it as the virtual world that is the next phase of the internet. In this world, we have digital versions of ourselves, or avatars.
And we call this the Metaverse. And you're going to be able to do almost anything you can imagine. Get together with friends and family, work, learn, play, shop.
So I decided.
So that was just a brief synopsis to help me understand, as well as everybody else understand exactly what the metaverse is. Now we're going to talk about the absolute craziness that went on this past week with the metaverse. So there's something called Sandbox, and this is an up-and-coming game. It's going to be a lot like Minecraft and Roblox and like a third-person unlimited world kind of thing. But the difference is, in this world, you can buy and sell real estate. Now, this is the crazy part. You're going to absolutely be astounded by the amount of money that was spent on this virtual piece of real estate. So just like normal real estate, you can buy and sell it, and it's going to be used for, I'll get into the use of it in a second, but let's go ahead and talk about the actual deal. So it says that interest reached a new peak on Tuesday when Republican Realm, a firm that develops real estate in the metaverse, said it paid $4.3 million for land in the World Sandbox, the biggest virtual real estate sale publicized to date, according to the company and to data from the website nonfungible.com, which tracks digital land sales. Republican Realm bought the digital land from a video game company, Atari SA, and the two firms they plan to partner to develop some of the properties. So an absolute insane amount of money is being poured into this virtual realm. There's no physical token or anything that comes along with it. You just get a piece inside of virtual reality or the metaverse, which is kind of crazy. So let's talk about the use of this land and what it's going to be used for, and exactly what this will mean going forward. So they talk about how there's, like, in the real world there's zoning, in the real world there's zoning limits, and there's regulations and rules and laws, and how too much development could lead to market glut. But unlike in the real world, metaverse buildings can defy the law of physics by appearing to hover above the ground. So you can completely contort these buildings in a way that you want. There's no real problem with it. I mean, you can do whatever you want, which is actually super fun. It's a really cool concept. You can kind of build your dream house, or you can completely have things that are just out of this world. And then he goes on to continue and says, And then we charge rent just like a regular landlord, Mr. Yori said. The company employs an asset manager to deal with the tenants, complaints, and change requests. It includes a mall which leases to retailers selling fashion for avatars, and master planned community of around 100 villas on private islands that sold to individuals. So Tokens.com, which is publicly traded, is currently developing an 18-story skyscraper in the Decentraland that hopes to lease to lawyers or cryptocurrency exchanges, which can use the building for events or advertising. So you can just see here an absolute change in the way we think about video games. There's just so many different uses for this. That's the thing, is there's your imagination can go absolutely crazy. But what's going to be interesting is seeing real-world applications take effect in the metaverse. But the fact that people are dumping millions and millions of dollars into this is extremely interesting. And also, Facebook and Microsoft are calling this the virtual world that will usher in the next phase of the internet, which is fascinating to see. And you heard Mark Zuckerberg say that this will be a place where you can talk about hang out with friends, family, work, play, communicate. Everything that you kind of do in the real world, you'll be able to do with a headset. And if you guys haven't already, you can check out this whole video if you want. It's on the Wall Street Journal. It's a great video to learn more about the metaverse and exactly what's going on. I thought this was a fantastic piece. And something that we do here at CleanOtter is one of its most fascinating features is you're able to block the internet from certain time periods. So if you don't want your kids or family members on the internet past 8 o'clock per se, then you can then block from 8 till 7 a.m. the next morning where the internet cannot be accessed. So I imagine that this will be extremely addicting. So some people may not want to have their kids stay online for that long. And the Clean Otter is an excellent time, and it is an excellent product for you to be able to filter the time so that you can stay together with your family. If you want more information on Clean Otter, check the link below. I hope you guys would appreciate it. If you got any sort of value from this and you enjoy daily tech reviews, go ahead and hit subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll talk to you later. Happy tech reviewing.